Yeah, I know. It's been a while since I put a video on, and I do apologize. But it just seems like life has gotten in the way. And each time that I have gone to plant those onions, and no, they're not planted yet, or to go and transplant the 6-packs into the 4-inch peat pots, it seems like I've just been, I don't know, in my pajamas, or didn't have my hair done, or just didn't feel like talking to you. So I apologize. But I am going to do better. And I'm starting in the morning. Tomorrow is Saturday. And the first thing that's going to happen Saturday is I am going to plant those onions, all of them. And I will make a video about that. But tonight I am going to get some, the very last of the cabbage put into those peat pots. And I think I've already done about 30 cabbage. I hope we can find something to do with these cabbages come September. But right now I'm going to talk to you about these peat pots and transplanting. So I found some things out about these 6-packs. And some of them have, you can't really tell it with this bunch, but some of them, the dirt had washed away. And so the roots were getting water and growing, but they weren't growing as fast as I needed them to. And so I think I cannot, or at least I can't put as much water into these flats as I have been doing, because it just washes away the water away in here. So if you happen to get these, which I still think that they're a great idea because they are reusable and I'm going to save money on that. It's just that I'm going to have to adjust a few things about like the way I water, but we'll get it done. It'll work. They are growing, and all of the 30 that I have transplanted are growing. They're looking really good. So let's just talk a little bit about these. So if you notice, and you really can't see this, but some of them have got 2 plants. Some of them have just a little teeny tiny plant. See that little thing? So tiny. And then some of them are great, big, healthy starts. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you exactly what I do to put these into the peat pots. So just like when I was doing the starting medium for the 6-packs, I put the starting medium in. Let me switch this a little bit. So I put this starting medium into my bucket. I put some of the soil enhancer in there, and I'm going to put water in there now. And so what I want this to do is I want it to be saturated enough that it's going to go ahead and pack well in those peat pots, just like I did when we put it in the 6-packs. Now, after you get that water in there, and I know it kind of looks like a muddy mess right now, but we're just going to stir it up. And this starting medium is so fine, and when you put it in there to start with, but once you get it all mixed out, and I broke my shovel a little while ago, so the poor little thing. Anyway, if you get this all mixed up, then it looks pretty good. See how it's kind of compacting, and that's what we want it to do. So I might put a little more water in this, and then I'm going to show you how I go about transplanting those in just one sec. Okay, so I've got that planting medium all ready, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill these loosely right up to the top. And then I'm going to take them and I'm going to just smash that down in there and compact it really good, so that when those little plants get in there, can you see that it goes down about, I don't know, maybe about halfway down, and just compact it really good. And that way that the roots will grow through it. But when we get ready to transplant it into the garden, then we'll be able to, excuse me, my nose itches. We'll be able to just take that and it won't fall apart when we go to put them in the garden. So I do that first, and then I'm going to take one of these right out of the 6-pack. And if, like I showed you before on these at the very beginning, just pop your finger up in there and you can just pull them right out. Now, if you look at this, look how great these roots are looking. They're ready. They're ready to be transplanted into those little peat pots, because Otherwise, they're going to get root bound, and we don't want that to happen. So one of the things you can do, since these roots look so good, is just loosen them up a little tiny bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and plant both of these. There's 2 of them in this section. I'm going to go ahead and plant them both. If I didn't have enough if I didn't have enough cabbage, I would probably separate them and plant them in 2 different pots. But I'm just going to take this little one off, and sorry, he's done for. So then I'm just going to put that in that pot, and you see, I'm just going to hold it there. It's you kind of got to be a little bit coordinated, which sometimes is not my strong suit, but we'll go ahead and put that and hold it there. And then we're just going to put that dirt, that growing medium, and just kind of pat it around that plant as you put it in there. And I just put it all the way around a little bit, and pat it down in there, right around that little plant. You see that? And then we're going to go ahead and just keep putting that in there until it's clear, just, I don't know, about a ½ inch from the top. But just be really careful that you make sure and you don't break him off as you're putting him in there. And then you just go ahead, and when it's all full, then you just pat it down in there again, just like you have been while you've been filling it. See that? And then and he's all ready. And what I have been doing is, sorry, I should have had one of these out here to show you, but this one was transplanted yesterday, and I've just been putting one of these little name tags on every single individual pot, because I'm not sure where these pots are going to go. If all of them are going to be planted in my garden, then I would know that I could just put one of those on the whole entire flat, and then I would just take it out in my garden, I'd plant it. But some of these are going to go to my mom, and some of them are going to go to a friend of mine. And so I don't want them to get confused. Because a lot of these, so the cabbage and the Brussels sprouts are members of the same family, and the plants right now look exactly alike. So if I don't put these little name tags on them, then those could be confused. And I might give a cabbage to Cody, and she might holler at me here in a month or so and say, this is the weirdest cabbage I ever looked like. Looks kind of like a Brussels sprout. So we're going to just go ahead and give each one of them a name. And then make sure that you water it really good when you first transplant it. Now, I don't usually water them until I get them all transplanted. They're just fine. There's some moisture in that growing medium. And so you don't have to have it, you don't have to put that much water in it to start with, but you just need to go ahead and water him good tonight. And then keep them moist, because those roots now are just like the seeds were when they were getting started. Once they germinated, this little plant now needs to have enough moisture and enough sunlight to grow and get big and strong. And so if you'll wait just a second, I will get right back to you. I'm going to show you the squash that I've transplanted and how big they were when I started and how big they are now. Okay, so I got all the cabbage finished, so I'm going to kind of take you on a walk, and I wanted to show you what they look like now that they're down in their little peat pots. So if you'll see all those green tags, those happen to be all of this cabbage that I've transplanted. And if you've noticed, I gave them a good drink. Tonight, before I go in the house, I'll go ahead and give them another one. And then they will start looking like these, where they're just moist all the time, and that's what I want them to be. But I wanted to show you a little something. This right here, there in the back, are zucchini plants, and then there's some cocozella squash, and some, I can't remember what the third one was. Oh, maybe those are all zucchini back there. But I put these little orange tags on them. And when I started, they looked about like, well, these are some of the zucchini plants that need to be transplanted. But most of them looked really small. These are all kind of big now. And you can see the roots. Boy, these have got to be done tonight. So I'll get the rest of the zucchini planted. But if you notice, some of these little plants, I planted a couple of butternut, and I had to replant them because out of the 6-pack, only 2 of them even germinated. And they're planted, back there somewhere. But I'll get, hopefully some more banana squash will come up. I don't know. I don't know if it'll get germinated or not, but we've got some pumpkin back there. Oh, there's also some pumpkin that are planted with those zucchini. But if you notice right there, that is the Brussels sprouts, and they've got to all be done tonight. I'm going to be here very long. But I feel really bad because look at my poor little tomato plants. They needed to be planted earlier than everything else. I think them and the pepper plants. See, the little pepper plants are just having such a struggle. But I don't know. I don't know. There's the watermelon, and then all of these are herbs. And some of them, like this is chicory, and they've got to be transplanted this weekend. Most of the rest of this can wait a little while because I want them to get a lot bigger before I put them in those peat pots. But look how cute these are. That is dill. I'm so excited about those cute little plants. So yes, I know. I am easily excited. Kind of funny, huh? But so tonight, what I'm going to have to get done, I've got to get all those Brussels sprouts transplanted, the zucchini transplanted that are ready, and the other squash and pumpkins that are ready. And then tomorrow morning, first thing in the morning, I'm going to get up and plant the onions if it's not raining. And it's raining out there right now. So hopefully it's not raining. We'll get the onions planted. And then I'm also going to plant strawberries because look at this. Those strawberries I've got to get in the ground. They are huge. And that's only happened the last week. They've just decided that they're ready to go outside. Wish me luck, and I will talk to you in the morning. Get your hands dirty. I am. See you later.